And so it is really one of those scenarios where you have an opportunity to ask for the business in quotes, air quotes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But in a different way that I don't think is really being, it's not being worked by many loan officers. Now, Breakfast Club today, it kind of proved it. And what we're talking about here, if people are just tuning in, is getting agents to refer you to other agents, not just any agent.
yeah.
We're talking about agents that we work with, agents we like, agents that are kick butt. They do a
Right,
great job. Getting them to refer us to other agents like them,
mm-hmm.
right? That are probably of the same personality type. We can get along with them, who do good business. Getting that referral from one great agent to another great agent is something that kind of gets missed. And we asked on Breakfast Club this morning that question, and we said, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good are
Right,
you at this? Like, how often do
yeah.
you do this, 10 being the best, one being the worst? I would say, bro, and this isn't, this is
It's
just,
not scientific,
I'm
but I would agree
guessing,
with
but
you.
based
Yeah,
on what I saw, I would
right.
say maybe 5% are any good at it,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
the other
yeah,
95% were like, what are you talking about? Like,
yeah.
no, not good. Hadn't even thought about it,
Uh-huh.
right? But it's something to consider. We spend a lot of time coaching people, Steve, on asking for the business, right?
Right,
Asking for the business from our realtor referral partners. And we're talking about when we say asking for the business, saying, hey, do you know any other people I could get pre-approved, right? And
right,
from that angle,
right,
our referral partners, right, our past client database, the people in our active pipeline, asking to find other consumers that we might
right.
be able to help. But we typically don't spend a lot of time or consider, most of us don't consider asking the agents we're working with in a transaction, hey, or on a coffee call or inviting them to a network event or whatever it may be, but just asking them, hey, you're just so awesome. I really dig working with you. Is there anybody you might be able to introduce to me to that's like you, that
Mm-hmm.
that's something like that? Having that conversation is big, and we
Yeah,
had a couple of people rise up and point out some amazing
oh, for
stories.
sure.
What about Joanne Johansson? Remember what she said?
Yeah, well, yeah, go for it. Tell us.
Well, I was just yeah, she was saying that it happened, right?
Yes.
And she had the agent refer her to another agent,
Yep.
and it took a couple of months, I think she said, or a few weeks before that agent showed up like on her voicemail or something saying,
Oh, yeah.
"Hey, so and so agent said, referred you to me, right?" So
Right.
she Joanne asked her to refer her. She did get referred to another great agent. That agent came across Joanne's plate on a voicemail. She wound up taking care of her, and she's since closed two more transactions with
It's a
that
big
with
deal,
that.
man.
So I just think it's one of those areas. We look at different areas where we can ask for the business, right? Different pillars of people that we can ask the business from. And we certainly ask our real estate partners and our listing agents, if they know any people that we can pre-approve. We certainly do that. But how often do we ask an agent to refer us to another agent? I just don't think it's that often. And I think it's something that, we should explore and be thoughtful
Yeah.
of and
Well,
make
and
that
hey,
part of our
that's what I
thought
was going to
process.
say. I bet you if you were to ask our listeners today and say, "Hey, have you ever thought about asking another agent to refer you to another great agent that's like them because you'd love to work with more people like them?" I wonder how many would say, I hadn't really thought about it.
Hey there, if you're loving the tips so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button and then click on the bell as well so you never miss out on more cool free tips coming your way. And also, would love to hear from you. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think or what you want to see next.
You
Yeah.
know, it's like you get so busy running, but what a great opportunity this week to refocus and reassess. It's like, okay, we have something called a Focus 40 list, and that's when an agent that you know, like, and trust starts to work with you and has given you a relational referral, and you're starting to do business together. That's called a Focus 40 agent. And I wonder how many of those agents could we talk with today and maybe take it a step further and just say, hey, who else do you know that's like you that maybe you could make an introduction to? Because I got to tell you, I love working with you, and I bet you know other great people very similar to just like
Exactly.
who you are. And I think
Exactly.
it's such a cool way to get warm introductions to other great agents that it's not a cold call, it's not a cold outreach.
Right.
So I think it's a great strategy if you're not using it. I think, man, that's something that we need to be thinking about now.
Yeah, and I want to make this point because Carl took the time to really emphasize it, is that this isn't being phony and just giving somebody a
No.
compliment
Yeah.
to coerce them into giving you a referral to somebody else. No, we're talking about having this conversation with agents that you truly do like, agents that you truly do enjoy working with, or truly did
Right.
have a great experience with,
Right.
or and so it's a genuine compliment to say, I I think working with you was awesome. Can I ask you a favor? Do you happen to know any other agents that are like you that you might be able to refer me to, or
Yeah.
make an introduction? Because I would love to work with more agents just like you.
Hmm.
It's genuine, and it has to be genuine and real. And I think they'll know that when you say it,
Yeah.
but it is very complimentary, right? To for an agent to hear that. And everybody likes to be complimented, right?
I
Everybody
love it.
yeah,
Yeah.
everybody likes to get a compliment. And so what I'm trying to say is that, there's a high probability that if they say, "Oh, absolutely, that great, no problem," there's a high probability that they probably will
Yeah.
refer you to some other agent that is a lot like them. You know what I mean? And who is willing to have a
But
conversation
hey,
with you?
it's a great reminder.
Yeah,
Sometimes we just get to running, but your next great relationship is probably right close to the one you already have.
right.
So
That's a good
I
way to
love
say it.
it. Great reminder. Ask for the business, but
Yep.
in this regard, ask to be introduced to another agent that
Yeah.
that they may know. Hey, because it's true, birds of a feather, man. They flock together. People hang out with people that just move similarly, And
Mm.
so I think it's a great reminder, great way to ask for the business, and do it, and then come back and post on this video or podcast
Yeah.
how you won. We'd love to hear your story.
What we can do too is we can give you we did put together
Oh,
a
that's a great idea.
PDF,
Do
yeah,
it.
that has 5 scenarios.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be good scenarios to go ahead and ask for the referral to another agent. And even with a little script on how do you go about doing that, you can get that no problem. You just have a call with us. You just go to
Yeah.
loanofficerstrategycall.com.
Yeah.
Loanofficerstrategycall.com. If you're on the Loan Officer Podcast Network, the link will be down below. If you're on YouTube, it's in the description,
Yeah.
loanofficerstrategycall.com. If you're driving in the car, try to remember it. Loanofficerstrategycall.com. You meet with us. We'll just chat you up a little bit. Ask for the agent to agent referral cheat sheet, if you will,
Yeah.
the agent to agent referral sheet, and they'll happily just give it to you. It's a PDF, gives you 5 scenarios that might where it may apply, and the scripting on that you can internalize and make your own, of course, but the help guide you into how to make that ask happen.
Love
So
it.
good stuff. All right, let's get
Man,
out of here,
great
brother.
reminder.
All right, man. Thanks so much. We'll catch up with you all later here. Adios.
See ya.